We'd like to call Mahoning County Commissioners meeting number 20, Thursday, May 25th to order. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We should be able to put into the Pledge of Allegiance, like excluding the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania or something in there.
Minus the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Okay. Artie, should we start off with the fire chiefs, or what do you think? What do you think? I think there are a lot of important people back there that, and you know what always happens? They'll be in the middle of something like this, and all of a sudden those phones will start beeping, and next thing you know, out the door they gotta go.
Start there, Commissioner.
So let's open the meeting up and start off with the presentation. Todd Baird is the president of the fire chiefs, right? Okay, Todd.
Do you want to bring everyone up?
Yeah, come on up and let's. We always like to start off with positive things because, everyone else just always emphasizes the negative. And, there's a lot of good things you guys are doing. And
Come on, guys. They're on the EMS committee too with us.
okay.
So are you,
Come on
Audrey.
in.
So you got to come too.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is perfect.
I like standing next to you.
I know, I feel
I'm still
tall now.
foot shorter than you on this
This is
stuff.
perfect.
So yeah, I guess we should at least let everyone know that, the fire chiefs have been working very hard with respect to working with the EMS and Andy Frost and one of the biggest detriments to our county, with respect to ambulance and firemen and safety forces and first responders is the lack of people that we have available for the EMTs, ambulance drivers, and firemen, paramedics, firemen. And so they came to us and collectively, we thought it would be a great idea to create almost like a scholarship fund for a grant monies to give for people to go and be certified as a paramedic, an EMT, a firefighter. So now we put the commissioners, Carol, Anthony, and myself have put $400,000 from the ARPA funds into this pot of monies that the fire chiefs are going to take, and they're going to give to people to be educated to become EMTs, paramedics, firefighters. So we're very proud and happy to participate with you to do this. So maybe Todd, you could.
Yeah, so on behalf of the Fire Chiefs Association, the EMS committee that's been ongoing for a year, we really appreciate the commissioner's support. So this will be used for scholarships. Now we just need students. So that's the critical portion that we need to get students. We need to get them enrolled. Contact your local fire department, MCCTC, and then we'll take it to the next step, and the classes are scheduled, and we need EMS people. So.
And of course, from the committee a little bit, Tom Costello and Andy Frost were deeply involved with all the commissioners. This is something in Mahoning County took a lead, I think, in the statewide. This isn't a Mahoning County problem. I think we discussed that. It's statewide and even regionally that we think about this. But this is Mahoning County leading the way that we found a solution maybe to a glaring problem we have in our community. This is the center of our world. So certainly some credit there to all that involved there.
Audrey Tillis and I are on the committee, and we were given the responsibility by Dave and Anthony to go to the meetings. And I have to tell you, it's a pleasure to go to the meeting and see every district represented with chiefs or commissioner, or chiefs or trustees or somebody that's in authority in your areas. And to have that coming together to have a mission with one, a mission that's going to help everybody all over Mahoning County. So I'd like to see, Dave and Anthony will probably want to come to some of these meetings too, to see how it works. I mean, it's really, am I right, Audrey? I mean, they sit at the table. I mean, they don't always agree. Some of us don't agree, but yet that's it. You disagree to agree, I say. And you guys got a great committee. And even after this works for you in your areas, don't stop the committee. Keep it going, because there's a lot more that could be done.
Yeah, we all know that the importance of your role as our first responders. And it just doesn't start there. You have to have EMTs. You have to have people who are willing to do these jobs. And as already had stated, this is something that we're seeing throughout the state, throughout the country, that people aren't getting energized enough to want to do these jobs. And basically, it's our citizens' lives that are at risk. You could go to a fire, but if you don't have somebody there to revive a person and know medically how to handle people with certain situations, they could die. And that's a responsibility all of these folks have here. And we're just glad as a Board of Commissioners that we're able to do this and kickstart this. And I know that you're going to make it happen. You're on the front lines. You know how all this works. And I just want you to know personally how much respect that I have for all of you and what you do. It takes a special person to do your job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't try to cash this.
We're gonna take this to farmers in Campfield and see if they can run it.
Let Jerry Green carry it in. You and Jerry, Twin Towers walking collectively, you'll get a cast. What do you need?
Can we have them come more towards the center of the room? The microphones aren't picking up the faces over here. We just need to get a better on the video.
Is better?
Oh, I stand next to
I'm right
Bear.
behind this big
When I stand
guy.
next to Bear, it looks bad, everybody.
If I go on my toes, 6'10".
6'7".
Wow.
No. Yeah, it's got the commissioners and it's got trustees.
We need the
and
captain to talk.
What are you looking to do here?
This guy.
Nothing, we were just trying to get you all on the video at the same
Audrey, why
time.
don't you get in the
Just take a
picture?
picture.
We
Why
love you.
not get in the picture?
Audrey, come on.
Audrey, you did a lot
Come on, Audrey.
You're part
You
of
guys all come this way, it goes real pretty in the front.
Audrey, you come over here and let Rick take the picture. Thank you.
Please, Audrey.
Yeah, because you're part of the committee.
Yeah.
Bring her
I
to
love
balance.
Stand by me, Audrey. I feel taller when I'm standing.
We shoot the number out and she balances the
I know.
budget.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I had to go on my
Take
tippy
care.
toes. Look, I'm turning my hat. Gotta grow another one of these inches, right? I know.
I see that.
I'm itching.
Somebody.
You know, when the thing I can't help but emphasize is, they're talking claw back the ARPA funds, using it as a debt ceiling negotiating tool, the things that they're doing. And, we lose money as local governments. Everyone in this room, whether you're, township, city, village, county, the politics seems to always impact us working locally with the people the most. And that's the ones that there should be no politics. The state needs to stop taking local government monies and funds that keep us rolling. The federal government's got to look, when we get an opportunity to have these federal funds, to be able to utilize them in these manners and to help infrastructure and small businesses and people that are in need. This has been an opportunity really to try and catch up in a lot of areas that have fallen so far behind because of the loss of local monies that you have to run your communities. And nobody works harder than, the local people and the government that faces the issues and faces the people face to face every day. And nothing but respect for everyone in those positions, and especially our first responders. So thank you so much. Okay, we'll go on. If there's any public comments, we ask that you come up and, we used to have a podium, but yeah, there it is. If we need one. we ask you come up and give you 3 minutes to speak to the board and anyone? Public response? No? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to approval of previous minutes of board meeting number 19, Thursday, May 18, 2023, and approval of bills for payment.
So moved?
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Advertisement for bids, OMB grants, Milton Township.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is part of the Community Development Block Grant funding to build a sidewalk or improve the sidewalk on Mahoning Avenue in Milton Township.
Okay. Motion.
Motion to approve advertisement for bids number 1.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Legal notices, lead-based.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is a notice of public hearing for the Mahoning County portion of the CHIP grant program. We'll be having a meeting next Wednesday, June 7th at Austintown Senior Center here, 6 p.m.
Okay. Motion.
Motion to approve legal notice number 1.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Journal entries.
Motion to approve journal entry number 1.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Agreements, facilities, Alan.
Morning.
Good morning.
A is an agreement with Both and Sons Incorporated for roof repairs at various locations on an as-needed basis in the amount of $49,000.
Okay, thank you. Recycling.
Good morning, Commissioners. Item B is agreement with City Printing for every door direct mailing. This is part of a kickoff for our drop-off contamination reduction grant. City Printing was the lowest of 3 quotes, non-general.
Okay, thank you. Sanitary. Bert.
Good morning, Commissioners. Letter C is an agreement with Truck Specialists, Inc. for repairs to the 2020 sewer jet truck. It's vehicle number S26 in the estimated amount of $3,038.72, and this is non-general funds. Letter D is an agreement with Blacktop Specialists, Inc. for blacktop replacement of an access road at a lowest pump station that is in Milton Township, and it's in the amount of $25,000, and it is also non-general funds.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sheriff's Department, Joe.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
E is an agreement with Michael Alexander, doing business as First Direction K9 for the purchase of 1 cadaver K9 and a training of a handler in the amount of $5,200 non-general.
Cadaver, canine.
Yeah, that's search out.
Okay, all right. Motion to approve agreements.
Motion to approve agreements A through E.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Resolutions.
Motion to approve resolutions number 1 additions.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Record of bids, coroner. I'll take that. That's the toxicology and laboratory services that the coroner utilizes and to go out for bid this year. Engineers.
Good morning. This is a record of bids for the Mahoning Avenue project.
Okay. A motion to approve.
Motion to approve record of bids A and B.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Resolutions. Commissioners on B.
Commissioners, this is a resolution approving the transfer funds from the general fund to the Commissioners Capital Improvement Fund for the Bev Road Building Improvement Project in the amount of $51,407.
Excellent. Thank you. Convention and visitors. Linda.
Good morning, everyone. Letter B is a support grant from the Convention and Visitors Bureau to the Akron Optimist Youth Foundation, which is holding their annual Optimist Junior Golf Championship for the Northern District of Ohio. boys and girls ages 10 to 18 at Mill Creek Golf Course in Boardman on June 10th. And that is in the amount of $500. Letter C is another support grant from the Convention and Visitors Bureau for Youngstown Class B baseball. This is in the amount of $5,000 to support the National Amateur Baseball Federation World Series for the weekends of July 13th through 16th, 2023, when they will host both the sophomore, which is 14 and under, and junior, 16 and under divisions. And then the following weekend, the senior divisions, which is 18 and under, all at Scene Park in Struthers. And letter D is a support grant for Boardman Community Baseball in the amount of $1,500. Boardman Community Baseball is hosting the Ohio Little League District 2 Junior League Tournament, which will bring teams from all over Ohio, as well as a Pony League tournament that will bring teams from Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Maryland to Boardman. And both of these tournaments are also in July of 2023.
Okay, great. Thank you, Linda. A lot of good things happening.
Absolutely.
A lot of good projects, programs.
Yes.
Facilities.
Letter E is a resolution approving the moral obligation payment of $975 to R.L. Detman Company for emergency repairs to the boilers at the courthouse.
Okay, human resources. Karen.
Good morning, everyone. This is a resolution approving modifications to the employee compensation and classification plan.
Thank you. And G, sanitary.
This is a resolution approving the appointment of one sewer jet worker for the department.
Okay, great. Motion to approve resolutions.
Motion to approve resolutions A through G.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Okay. Got all the way through and nobody's phone went off. It's a great thing. So, I mean, emergency phone for the important end of the group get called out. Okay, go to the order. Anybody elected department heads like to? Audrey, you look like you have something to say. We'll go to you first because you got that, is that leopard on? That looks nice. I like that.
No, I thank the fire chiefs for coming today. They wanted to just come and show their appreciation to the commissioners. It's one step in a lot of steps that they're looking to take through the group for all those that are working in the group. And they're looking at legislators, they're looking at the federal government, some of the laws and stuff for reimbursements that happen in regards to ambulance drives and how they're losing money that way because there's minimum amounts. So they're looking at state, federal legislators. I appreciate the group and their determination. They are meeting regularly. And they have a goal. And so hopefully, as they work through that, the commissioners will, work along with you guys and kind of make better for Mahoning County and all of our residents. So I appreciate your efforts and everything you're doing.
Thank you. Carol, all right?
No, I want to thank them. It's a pleasure working with them. And as I said over there, it's a good feeling to see that every entity, every township is represented at those meetings. Because we all have one thing in common, and that's the safety of our residents. So we could agree on all of that. And everything else that's at those meetings is going to just continue and build, and you never know where that could go or where you could go from there. I mean, not every time is everyone going to agree, but that's okay. Because you never know what would come up if you disagree and just try to work on a disagreement. Maybe it is a good idea. So it's an honor to be on the committee. I enjoy listening to what everyone's doing in their community and how they're all trying to help each other. So that's the first step forward. So just continue to do that. And I guess you'll explain more about our last night with our staff meetings. that we had in Jackson.
I think
I
that,
love that place.
I think that Ed did a nice job writing it up, so
Yeah,
it speaks for itself.
you did.
Yes. Anthony?
Yeah, I also echo Carol's comments. Fire chiefs, thank you for what you do. You know, safety's first in our lives, and you put your lives out on the line to save others. So with a debt of appreciation, again, I want to thank you. Secondly, I want to congratulate the Youngstown Phantoms.
Oh, my God.
And I want to congratulate Bruce Zolden, who is a local owner, for winning the Clark Cup. That's a very difficult category to overcome, and it's the first since the Phantoms' inception. And I was listening to Bruce Zolden actually on the news, and he had mentioned Jim Trafficant, my old boss, the former congressman, and he gave credit to Jim Trafficant for having the Cavelli Center here, because without the Cavelli Center, there may not have been a team or a possibility of a team, and that's where the championship game actually was played. And it's my understanding that a lot of their players have a chance now to go to the NHL. A couple of their people are being looked at. That's how big this championship is nationally, and it brings attention and all this goodness to our valley. So I got to give kudos to Bruce Olden. He stayed strong with that. He's about the local area here, and we're very appreciative. And I just want to congratulate them and wish everybody here a great Memorial Day weekend. And also want to commit Ed Runyon for writing a great article about last night's meeting. Thank you.
Yes, you hit the nail on the head, Anthony. Whether you liked or disliked Jim Trafficant, he fought for the people. He fought for the area, always. You could never deny, that. And the $30 million that came here was an earmark because he brought it back to the area. So, Anthony, you and I have spoken about this in the past, that, it's a sad thing that the city doesn't have a plaque up on the building.
Correct.
To say that he did something. I know we all like to memorialize and, put things up to say when and where and what. And it's sad that the city hasn't done something to honor Jim Trafficant for bringing the money in to build that Cavelli Center.
And Dave,
I think isn't there something inside, like where our plaque is, where we were,
nothing.
I was there when they did that in the
Zero.
city.
But it's the only federally funded convocation center in the country.
Yeah, it
And they
is.
can't even put a plaque, like Dave said, up on the wall. Despite what you thought of him, nobody can match his record.
No one can match any of the money he ever.
None of
provided.
these guys can hold a flame.
And Bruce was there from day one with that team and the Cavelli Center.
Yeah, and I also have to congratulate Bruce. I'm like an old guy that's not a hockey fan, and I've never been to a hockey game anywhere other than the Phantoms here, and I've been to probably only about a half a dozen, maybe a dozen. And, and it is exciting, and it's something to be there in person, and I'm not a big fan of watching it on TV, but when you go there, you understand the excitement and, the strength and the endurance and the physical fitness involved in those athletes. They're just amazing. And the one thing, I met one of the individuals one time, this was years ago, that how they all come and they stay with families locally, and how people open their homes up and reach out, and they bring one of the hockey players into their homes and they live there, and one of them was showing me, and this was years ago, I can't remember the individual's name, but showing me all the pictures, and he was drafted in the NHL, and he had like a 10-year career in the NHL, and they were telling me he lived with us for 2 years, 2 seasons, and and they still keep in contact and still communicate, and it really brings a sense of pride to the community, to the sport, to the area. And God bless Bruce Zolden, like you said, for, sticking with it. He's done a lot of great things for this community, for this area. So that's great. And we respect his.
And we're going to get a license. We just received the licensing to have gaming there.
Gambling, yeah, gambling.
So
yeah.
that'll be a full circle carousel.
And also,
He
I
was there when all of the different people were on the building. It was something to see when it was being built.
On those commissioner notes, it was interesting, the Chicago Steel was here at the playoffs prior to the Fargo team.
Right.
And they wanted to know what when Shotgun and Jackie Robinson were shaking hands, they wanted to know what that statue was about. They were there, so we get to share that with those
Yeah.
people, took it back to Chicago. What the Cavelli family has done also.
Shotgun Shuba, yep.
There's so much in Mahoning County that we have so many good people
We take for
that
granted.
have yeah, you're right, Dave.
Yeah.
That have been taken for granted that, okay, they did that. But yet they're not paying attention that someone like Bruce, who has Phantom Fireworks, has stuck with this team. It's his team for how many years? I mean, and this year was just unreal when they won the cup.
Yeah.
And then you have the city that put the statue up with Shotgun Shuba
Jackie.
and Jackie Robinson, but Shotgun Shuba's a fourth warder. No one knew that. He lived in the fourth ward in the city of Youngstown. And I mean, there's so many people in this area, whether it's in Youngstown, Camel Struthers, Austintown, Boardman, Poland, all over Mahoning County. We just we don't look at the positives anymore. All we look at is the negatives, and that's not good. And hopefully, everyone will see that and maybe just start building on that.
Okay, let's, I'd just like to end it and echo Anthony's sentiments about making sure that everyone takes the time on Monday. It's not just the time to have hot dogs and cookouts and stuff. It's the time to honor those who've given everything, the veterans and that have served our country for so many years. And I tell you, I am so honored to have been able to go to so many different places in the world and see memorials for people that have served and died. And the one that I really had the most. Well, I won't say the most. I had an opportunity to go to the Korean War Memorial probably 4 times. And I brought back coins for our Korean War veterans who were in Austintown when they were collecting money up to build a statue in Wycliffe Park and in Austintown. And to see, a globe, they literally have a globe about as big as this room. And it has a lightning bolt break down the middle of it with a soldier standing on the top of each side. And it depicts a world divided, and it's supposed to show North and South Korea and how their world is divided. And we honor, like on the wall for the Vietnam Wall with the names of all the soldiers that have died and given their lives. They have a similar thing in the Korean War Memorial. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there's 3 million names that have died over the years between North and South Korea. And then they have a soldier from every country that helped fight on behalf of South Korea. And there's a soldier, in a semicircle, a statue of a soldier with an American soldier there as well, and then it's city block after city block of, just tanks and planes and everything. And you go through there and you get a real sense of pride for America and for the people and for what we do as a country and the soldiers and the people that have given their lives. And, I don't mean to repeat things, but I was in Bastogne where the Battle of the Bulge was, and my father, his brother-in-law was killed in the Battle of the Bulge. And, you get a real sense of opportunity to see things like that. And you understand it brings it back home to you to recognize. I'm sure that there's veterans in this room and there's people that have family members that have given their lives, and make sure we all take the time to honor them all, participate in Memorial Day in some way, shape, or form. Okay, with that said, thank you.
Audrey, I wanted to get my shout in.
Oh,
Good morning, Commissioners, Nancy, Audrey, Jim. And I just want to echo what Carol Commissioner Getty said about how we always look for the negative and never applaud the positive. I did send you guys an email. We were recognized at the Ohio Directors Association in our general session. Mahoning County received the silver certificate for application timeliness out of all of the large metro counties. The county that received the gold was Montgomery County, and they were only 36% higher than we were. So we were the two highest counties in the state of Ohio out of the metros to receive this. And I am proud of our JFS workers. They did a great job in making sure that our clients are service timely. So just wanted to echo that out for JFS under your jurisdiction.
Excellent. Thank you, Audrey.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. That said, a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
So second,
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Yes.